from home with Capitec.
Siyajabula ukuthi usahleli nathi lana ku-Daily Thetha on SABC 1. And of course, with that, it also kind of reminds us ukuthi from the announcement that was made by the Minister, Bheki Cele, and talking about the restrictions of travel emgaqweni and abantu not allowed to be in certain spaces at certain times, it then left us with a very big question ukuthi what happens to those who are disadvantaged, laba abanganamakhaya, laba abahleli emgaqweni, who don't have a home to go to and don't have a shelter during this time and season, which gives us then an opportunity ukuthi sikhulume kancane with Leona, Pienaar, who is the CEO of what we call the Mould Empower Serve, where they get to, as an NPO, kind of utilize their funds to help people that are on the streets throughout South Africa, from Joburg to Port Elizabeth and Cape Town. Leona, we welcome you to Daily Thetha on SABC 1.
Thank you very much. Privileged to be here.
Leona, just a question to understand. During this time and season, as we see, a lot of shifts have been made from our ministry, but have they consulted you during these times as NPOs who are helping people who are on the streets?
During this time, we are still in constant contact with DSD as well as the City of Johannesburg and local other municipalities and our other branches. There is at this some guidance, but there is not yet a clear strategy in terms of isolation and quarantine for the vulnerable community. We have been in the process to help them identify suitable property. One of them is a building that belongs to us that previously used as a hospice for the homeless, and we have made that available, but we are waiting on the next steps to be followed. In the meantime, we are continuing with our current structure in terms of our shelters, just with a different focus in terms of keeping people inside and not letting them go out during the day.
But Leona, have you consulted with government to ask why now? I know there's obviously a risk of coronavirus, but in a general sense, if government is able to make these type of shelters, these temporary shelters as they call them, available for the homeless, why was this not done from the start?
We would like to know the answer to that. We are in constant discussions. We have a sister company called Mould Housing Association. And for many years, for over 10 years, we have been saying that there is a gap in the housing ladder. So what the NGO sector provides is shelter, accommodation, and then housing infrastructure in South Africa starts on a bracket of transitional housing, social housing, communal housing, but there is such a big gap between shelter and that income bracket that is provided by social housing infrastructure. And we have been deep in discussions to say how to fill this gap, because if we don't fill the gap, we can't solve homelessness in the long run. We have people filling up our shelters who are still staying there but working, simply because they cannot afford accommodation outside of the shelter structure. So that's clogging up the shelters.
It then makes me wonder, Uguti, is there a possibility of these becoming permanent structures post the coronavirus affecting South Africa?
That's definitely part of our discussions, to say, let's not just think corona, let's think long-term, let's identify buildings that on the long run can offer us a longer-term solution.
And I really love the idea, considering the fact that there's so many people who do need housing, who do need homes, but also do need to be considered. Have you felt that the sponsors that you have as an organizations have been forthcoming in these conversations, or do you find them not really knowing where they stand at the moment?
We've had a few and not extravagant. I think to the value of about 50,000 now. That will not take us very far into consideration that we're using all our own revenue at the moment in terms of shelter fees and things like that. But at least it's helping us through the first. So they are more that's reached out, but they haven't made final decisions yet.
Leona, on the basis of somebody being homeless, we can make the assumption that they don't have a TV, they might not have a radio, so they might not know what is actually happening. And I mean, you've agreed to those assertions with your conversation with News 24. What is the strategy to actually collect them and make sure that they are in isolation? And how do we move forward? What are some of the lessons that we can learn from this in terms of communicating with the homeless?
Well, what we've been doing in our own capacity is through our own community dialogue groups. We've been doing education, handing out pamphlets, we've been putting out posters, we've been handing out sanitizers. So we've been encouraging to come wash their clothes, that there's a more regular change of clothing, because the virus do live on your clothes. We have been trying from our side, but there's yet no coordinated effort in addressing this. And if there is, we're not aware, but we've had our meetings, we've sent our proposals through. So what we're doing at the moment is we're doing what we can for the communities that we're involved with. We are scared that when the first outbreaks start happening amongst ourselves, they don't know where to go. So we are trying to guide them as best possible. We've set up a WhatsApp line of our own where they can reach us in case they need help. And we have our team on standby to address to needs they respond.
And just a quick one to just wrap up the conversation, Leona. Homeless people are people. You know, they're also protected by the Bill of Rights. What lessons do we have for civil society and the government in light of what has now happened and going forward in terms of treating our people?
I think it's important not just to do crisis management when there's a bigger crisis. I think it's time that we hear and listen to the needs of numbers in especially Gauteng province has increased drastically with the increased numbers of unemployment in South Africa. But the solution we've had beginning of the year, numerous site visits, the premiers asked, everybody's asked what we're going to do about this issue. And they were around about to information. So they were about to start coming with. And I'm hoping that this will fast track that plan, that they can realize how big the impact this is on our complete community in South Africa.
Leona, thank you very much for really indulging us and helping us with that type of information, but also giving that message of hope and guiding, you know, just civil society and government on how to move forward after this. Thank you very much, Leona.
Thank you.
So that was
Leona.
Leona.
Thank you very much for having us. Stay safe.
Thank you so much. That was, yeah.
And you know what I love the most about the points that are raised is that it's also looking at the quality of life post-coronavirus. And that's a very important element to it. Because when we come back after the break, we want to see how we can thrive in the chaos and get a bit of a picture of a possible way forward. But